Hello everybody and welcome back to me rating things that Buzfeed says is overrated that may or may not actually be overrated. I also want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. This is actually being filmed on Thanksgiving, but you'll probably be seeing it on the following Monday. So I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving and a good Black Friday and got all your Christmas shopping done, and hopefully you didn't get stabbed while you're at Walmart or Best Buy, or if you're smart, you'll just stay home and do all your shopping online like me, which actually is just pretty much just procrastinating until New Year's Eve to shop. And seeing how it's Thanksgiving Day, my November beard is coming in rather nicely, I must say. Anyways, since today is Thanksgiving, I figured that it'd be a good idea to go over the final 10 items on BuzzFeed's overrated list. Since today is the day to give thanks, we might as well talk about things that we feel like are overrated, right? And since this is the last 10 items on the list of 50 things, I'm going to be starting up a new series, I guess, and I have no clue what it's going to be. I haven't had a chance to really search through the interwebs and find something new for me to go through, but it'll be coming up. So if you would like to catch videos on my next series coming up, be sure to subscribe and click the little bell icon so that way you get notified when I do post videos. That's enough about me, so let's get started on this list. Coming in at number 41 is Apple computers. This one I would have to agree on, because Apple, I've never understood what's so special about it. Like, it's really user-friendly, it's very basic, but back in the day I had an iPhone 4. I think that was the very first iPhone I ever got. And probably 5 months after I got it, the 4S came out, which was better in every way. And I spent a lot of money on that iPhone 4. I think it was like $300 or something. The only reason why I got it is because my old phone broke and I needed something new. And I figured I might as well, and every phone's expensive. I'll try out an iPhone. And I loved it at first, but then, like I said, the 4S came out, and it was, in every sense, better. It was faster, had more memory, it had just everything was better about it. The picture quality on the camera was better. It was an amazing phone. But what that meant is that my expensive phone that I just bought was now obsolete. So when my iPhone 4 ended up dying, I went out and I bought an Android. And people are gonna scoff at me and say whatever they want since I'm not a Apple user, but I mean, my Android is freaking awesome. It still is. That's what I use today. I use an Android, and I could do anything on it. Sure, it's not as user-friendly, but I can get free music. I can get free wallpaper. I could do whatever I want. I could have Flash on it. And now, back when I had my iPhone 4, that was like, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. Nowadays, if you want the new iPhone, it's like $1,200, $1,300, $1,500. And that one's going to be obsolete pretty soon too. And when they come out with the new iPhone stuff, I hear that they do stuff to make the old iPhones run slow, and it's horrible. So I realized that I didn't like touch on Apple computers at all, but I don't have any experience with Apple computers. I've only ever used iPhone, which as far as I'm concerned, it's really similar to being the same thing. That's my reason why I agree with that one. That's probably the main thing that belongs on this list that's overrated, is basically any Apple product. Number 42 is DIY sex. For the sake of not getting rated R on this one and trying to keep as PG-13 as possible, yeah, DIY sex is definitely overrated. And the only reason why is because sex is meant to be experienced with someone else. Just think of sex like dancing. It takes two to tango. Sure, you could do it alone, but you look pretty stupid dancing by yourself. Number 43 on the list is guns. Now, I don't find myself to be like a strong firearms advocate, and I'm not going to get all political and stuff, but I love guns. Sure, I don't need to have a fully automatic gun, but if I want to go out and shoot a rifle at some watermelon or something, it's a pretty fun time. I can honestly say that in my everyday life, guns don't really come up that much, so I'm not really going to say that they're overrated. There are people who are overly passionate about them, but I mean, it's a cool hobby to have. It's really expensive, and yeah, it could be dangerous, but as far as being overrated, to me, I don't I don't really see it. I don't think I ever talk about guns in like, I don't know, a 3-month period. Very rarely. Number 44 is tattoos. Kind of like the gun thing. I don't have any tattoos, so I'm not like a strong tattoo advocate, but I love tattoos. I really want to get one, but my thing is, I don't see the point in spending hundreds of dollars on something that I can't really do anything with. I have this one tattoo that I want, but I've talked to a couple people about it, and it's going to range to about $500. And that $500 could go to a new amp for my guitars, stuff fixed on my car that needs to be fixed. That guitar right there was, I think I paid like $550 for it. It's used. It's about half the price of it brand new. But for $500, I could either have a picture on my arm or a new guitar. I guess I'm not really saying that they're overrated. It's just I can find better ways to spend my money on things that I could actually use. Number 45 on this list is Harry Potter. This one's kind of taking a shot at my childhood. Yeah, when I was like in 4th grade, I think it was 9 or 10 years old, I went to the Scholastic book fair at my school and picked up this very first Harry Potter book. Came out like maybe 6 months before this. I picked up that book and started reading it and fell in love with it. The next day I went home and I told my mom about it, and I think she gave me like $15 to buy it. Which, now looking back on it, that's kind of an expensive book for a book fair book. Back then, these books were pretty low key. They were under the radar. And I remember buying, no, I never bought the second one. I just read it from a friend. But then the 3rd book came out and I bought that one and read it. And then about the time the 4th book came out, that's when everybody went crazy. I remember seeing it on the news, like people standing in line like they would on Black Friday, waiting for this book to come out at Barnes & Noble in New York. It was like, I think 500 people standing in line waiting for a bookstore to open to go and buy the 4th Harry Potter book. In that sense, I will say it's overrated because it's just a kid's book. Sure, it's freaking epic and awesome, and I love everything about it, but it doesn't deserve that much attention. But it is kind of cool because I don't think we'll ever see another book come out that's going to draw that much attention to it, ever. So in that sense, yes, Harry Potter is overrated, but if loving Harry Potter is wrong, I'm okay with not being right. Number 46 on the list is money. Sure, money's overrated, but you kind of need it to live. The whole meaning of something being overrated is that it's overhyped for what it is. And sure, money's overhyped, but without that $500 worth of money, I wouldn't be able to buy this guitar and you wouldn't be able to have your tattoos. So would I like to live in a world without money? Absolutely, because having money's nice, but I really hate it when I don't have it and I need it. Because, I mean, you need money to eat. You need money to do basically anything in this world. And one thing that sucks is the fact that you have to work for your money. But the sad thing is if money didn't exist, I mean, we'd have something else, some other kind of currency. So, I don't know. I mean, money's kind of overrated, but I think the desire for money is what makes it overrated. Not so much the need for it, because it's okay to have money, but it's another thing to be obsessed with it. Number 47 on the list is Obama. I don't really know how Obama made it on the overrated list. I mean, I'm not a fan of Obama. I'm not really a fan of too many of our presidents, to be honest, so it's not really a biased opinion towards him. But, I don't know. Some people think he's the greatest thing ever, but some people hate him just as much. At the same time, there have been presidents that have been way better than him, and there have been presidents that have been way worse than him. Maybe your opinion on Donald Trump, you think he's the greatest thing ever. Maybe your opinion on Donald Trump, he's the worst thing ever. Just, it's the way it is with every president. With that in mind, maybe this list was made when Obama was president, and maybe that's why he's on this list. But currently, with Donald Trump as president, I mean, people probably don't even know what he's doing within this past month. When he was president, everybody knew what he was doing because, I mean, you're the president. But in that sense, he might have only been overrated for maybe his last 4 years. So I don't think he's overrated. Number 48 on the list is camping. This one is another shot at my childhood. It's kind of weird that camping's on the list, especially so high on the list, coming at number 48, because I don't think people obsess that much about camping, and I never hear about it, and it isn't really that big of a thing anymore. I love camping. I don't think it's overrated. It's as great as anybody says it is, for sure. Maybe they think that just going out into the woods in a tent is overrated, which, I mean, that does kind of suck, because you're just spending time in the wilderness in a tent with nothing to do. But when I used to go camping, we would go exploring, we would go fishing, I would take one of my best friends from childhood with me, and we'd ride bikes. It was a blast. And another cool thing about camping is it's a vacation. You get out of doing work. I mean, I guess it is a little bit of work, but you don't have to go clock in. You don't have to go to your job. And it's so much cheaper than going out and buying a hotel. Number 49 on this list is beards. The end of this list seems like it's kind of directed at me this time. Hitting up Harry Potter, hitting up camping, and now beards. I don't have a beard all year long, as you could tell from my other videos, but No Shave November is kind of important to me. The only reason why it's important to me is because I like having rituals and just doing things year after year after year, traditions. And No Shave November marks the tradition of winter. And my birthday is coming up next week, marks that. Thanksgiving, Christmas. No Shave November is sacred to me. There is one type of beard, though, that I don't like, and it's already been on this list. I think it was like in the 20s. And those are beards that belong to hipsters, because the only reason why they have a beard is, honestly, I don't know why they have a beard, but they think maybe it's hip. I don't know. But now, because of hipsters, beards became the thing to do. Like about 2 years ago, when being a hipster was at its peak, at its prime, there was men walking around everywhere in plaid shirts, and they weren't wearing shoes, and their hair was slicked back, and they had these big old beards. I mean, everybody was doing it. Literally everybody had a beard, and everybody was talking about how cool your beard was if you had one. So I would say that beards aren't really overrated. I would just go back to saying that hipsters are. And last but not least on this whole list is life. We covered a lot of things on this list. 50 things. So it'd be kind of easy to say that out of all those 50 things, just add them all up. Sure, life is just overrated. But I would actually say that life is underrated. In the past year, I've actually lost 3 friends that were really, really close to me. And it's kind of put life in a whole new perspective for me, because I'm not old. And these are friends that I grew up with in high school, and all 3 of them passed away from completely different causes. It kind of put it in perspective for me that at any moment, all of this could be gone. Not just for me, but for you, or a friend, or a loved one, or even a pet. All of it could be gone. And it kind of teaches me to be more thankful for these things. It's kind of cliche to say this on Thanksgiving, but I mean, we really all should be more thankful for not just the things we have, but the experiences we get to have in life. For instance, when was the last time you were stuck in traffic, and instead of being angry that you're late for wherever you're going, since there's nothing you can do about it anyways, or instead of just staring at the back of the guy's car in front of you, you just took the time to enjoy the music you're listening to, or even the company of the person that you're with. Or if you're alone and your radio's broken, like one of my friends, just enjoying being able to drive a car, or enjoying the view. I live in California, so I mean, we have mountain ranges, we have oceans, we have desert, we have palm trees. Normally wherever you go, there's some kind of sight to be seen. So I'm going to end this one with saying that not only is life not overrated, but it's underrated. And we should all take time to enjoy, like I said, not just the things that we have, or the things that, we're going to get, especially considering it's Thanksgiving and all these Black Friday deals going on and Christmas coming up, but we should really focus more on just, like I said, the experiences that we get. Alright guys, that's it for the whole list. Not just this 10, but the whole 50 Buzfeed list. We made it all the way through. I think we started it maybe 5-6 months ago, so it took some time, but we did it together. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you guys happen to see any random thing on Instagram or Twitter or just anywhere throughout the internet, go ahead and shoot me a message showing it to me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It goes for basically anything that you find cringy, any comedian that isn't funny. Basically, whatever you guys find entertaining, just send me stuff. I might not make a video about it, but I could use the entertainment. And again, I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe while you're shopping on Black Friday and this weekend. I don't know why I'm telling you that now when you'll see it on Monday. So hopefully you survived the weekend and Black Friday. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
I was trying to ignorant, kid relying on